Hello again, everybody. Lance Russell and Dave Brown right along ringside, all ready to go with another big week championship wrestling. Dave, you love it.
Oh, championships right this week. I want to tell you, opening match of the day is not going to be a very bad one at all because we're going to be looking at Rick Morton in here. Rick Morton, one of the favorites of the fans in the area. He'll be going against David Oswald. Superstar Bill Dundee will be along in a single match. He'll be going against Dennis Upton. And then, a little bit later, the Southern Tag Team titles will be on the line. Championship match. It's going to be an expiration of time match. The 60-minute time limit has been waived for this TV match. Paul Ellering, Ali Hassan defending the titles against handsome Jimmy Valiant and Ken Lucas.
Ooh, yeah, man, and it's all going to happen here. The situation on the waiver, of course, is that if both teams, normally it's a one-fall 60, if both teams waive the time on it, of course, Valiant and Kenny Lucas were anxious enough to want to get Ellering and Hassan in there, and Hassan and Ellering figured it's to their benefit anyhow, so they've waived it, and we've got an expiration of time. So it could be a long one, could be a short one, could be a Southern Tag Team Championship match coming up a little bit later. Why don't we get it underway, and we'll be back with more action coming up in the ring right after we take time out for this. We're going to open it up, Davey, with a traveling camera of the Jarrett Welch Company that caught some tag action. It was something else. I think everybody's going to enjoy seeing the Blonde Bombers, Wayne Ferris and Larry Latham, going against Rick and Robert Gibson. Let's take a look at the action as it happened in the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Tennessee. 9-minute mark in a one-fall 30-minute time limit bout. The Bombers exchanging at the 9-minute mark, and Larry Latham takes over. Championship Wrestling, Lance Russell at ringside. Mid-South Coliseum, Memphis, Tennessee. Robert, big backdrop from Larry Latham, count of one. Whoop. Robert stretches out those long legs and kicks himself right out of it. Another whip. Wayne Ferris meets him with a fist or forearm. I couldn't really see. Reverse face lock from Ferris on Robert Gibson. There's the 10-minute call. Robert Gibson being held by Wayne Ferris on the mat. Rick a long way away from Brother Robert. Ferris a lot closer to his partner, Larry Latham. Robert! And there's the tag. Latham comes in, catches Robert from behind. And Latham powerhousing with that right hand. And Robert fires a right back. Ooh. Rick Gibson, after Ferris double-handed Robert, Rick came across the ring and knocked Ferris down. Double. Rick Gibson on the ropes. He's going to come off, I believe. Yeah, he did. Out of the ring. Well, Larry Latham over Robert Gibson. Whammo! Gibson's head right into Ferris's foot. The referee trying to count Latham out of there. He leaves and Ferris takes over. Ferris looking heavier than the last time we saw him. Backdrop, and Robert down hard. 12 minutes passed as Robert Gibson kicks his way out, but Rick made Wayne Ferris pay for it. and then quickly jumped back out of the ring. Robert slammed into the knee of Larry Latham. Woo! Latham with a right hand. Yeah, what about the fist, Danny? Count of one. Robert right in between the two, and here comes Rick. Ferris nailed him, beat him to the punch. Danny Davis up on the ropes with that helmet off. Robert jumps out of the way while the referee is over in between Rick and Wayne Ferris. A drop kick by Rick Gibson. Davis right out on the floor. And the winners in 13 minutes, 2 seconds will be the Gibsons, says Robert. We were watching the action over here, and Robert got a pin. That's what you call outsmarting yourself in there. We won't make any more editorial comments on it. You saw exactly what happened. Tough team, the Gibsons, Rick and Robert, but the Blonde Bombers are back. No doubt about it. We'll probably be seeing them a little bit later on, and we're going to be back with more wrestling action coming up for you. We'll have the Superstar and Rick Morton coming in here before long. Alrighty, we're going to be back to Wave Country Championship Wrestling in just a moment. Hey, you folks around Madisonville, Saturday, April 5th. You better believe some big action coming up that way when Jared Welch comes down there, and you'll want to see the tremendous card that's going to be there. Now, Louisville, coming up Tuesday night right there in the Louisville Gardens. Listen to this one. It's going to be a dandy in that final match when a return of that 6-man tag match. Now, I got to say this. The match is going to be Handsome Jimmy, Billy Robinson, Ken Lucas against Paul Ellering, Jimmy Hart, and Ali Hussein. You are going to see a little bit later on the show that you're watching today. When we taped this thing yesterday, you'll see an incident in there that accounts for the fact that Handsome Jimmy is not with us today, as a matter of fact, Ken.
Well, Lance, let me put it this way to you. Jimmy's had his eyes injured a little bit. He's a little bit under the weather, but he's going to be in that match. And I want to say one thing for sure. You know, when you go out there and try to put permanent damage on somebody and take their career away from them, it's got where it's very, very serious. And I'm going to say this, that there's going to be 3 of us men going against 3 of their men, and it's no disqualification, no time limit.
Right.
And let me say one thing to you. We're going to get in there and pay some dues, and if we've got to hurt somebody, we're going to do it.
Well, I guarantee you that that's the attitude to
This
go
is
with.
a 2 out of 3 fall match. This is a
Special,
wrestler's match. Now, you've seen what they did to me before. And there's no way they can get away with it again. Because I'll have time to recover should anything happen. But Lance, I promise you, I've never let you people down before. I don't intend to start letting you down now. We're going to go into that ring, and the biggest fight is between Jimmy Valiant, Kenny Lucas, and myself. Who can get in the ring first to get our hands on them?
Well, after some of the stunts that have been pulled, of course, Billy very familiar with that fire stunt by Hassan. And, of course, as you are going to see a little bit later, Jimmy Hart's action on Handsome Jimmy. That'll be something. That 6-man match Tuesday.
Tag team title match coming up a little bit later. Right now, David Oswald making his way to the ring. This is going to be a single match. Rick Gibson will be his opponent. Not Rick Gibson, Rick Morton will be his opponent. Here is Rick coming in right now. David Oswald, you see, climbing through the ropes. And there is Rick, officially, with the introductions from Jonesboro, Arkansas, 222 pounds. David Oswald on the left of your screen, and on the right of your screen at 193 pounds from Nashville, Tennessee, Rick Morton. This will be a 1-fall, 10-minute time limit match. Referee Paul Morton.
Okay, Dave, this ought to be a dandy because here are 2 young, very aggressive ones. Oswald, who is very, very new in the action in the ring, boy, is making himself known. He has got some of the same. Look at that. Get Rick Morton going there. I'll turn it over to you. I get excited about it.
You did the same thing I did. I introduced him as Rick Gibson as he was coming through the door there. It's Rick Morton, as I'm sure most of you know. David Oswald going against him. Battling each other back near the ropes. Not on the ropes, though, so no break called. Rick Morton Oh, he took Oswald down. Oswald with a good counter. He went for the head scissors. Didn't get it. Rick got to his feet quickly. Leg dive by Rick Morton. Morton around behind. Gets him off his feet. Oswald on the mat. Looking for a way out of the hold. Both of them back on their feet, center of the ring. 1 minute 5 seconds gone in a 10-minute time limit match. Rick in the headlock briefly, but slipped out of it. Trying for the advantage. Oswald halfway under the bottom rope. So the referee right there calling for a break. Got a clean one. And we're back to center ring. Side headlock by Oswald. Rick Morton takes his feet out from under it. Oswald to the mat, left shoulder up. As he had that left hand up in the air to indicate to the referee, hey, shoulder's not down. Rick staying with him. Oswald again using the ropes. He gets under that bottom rope. And there's the break. 2 minutes gone. Back to the rope. Oswald. Fires Rick across the ring. Flips him coming off the rope. Splash. Count of 1, 2. Rick Morton able to break out of it. At the 2 count. Oswald looked like he almost had a count of 3. There's the upper arm. Here he comes. To the elbow. A cover. 1, 2 count again. Rick Morton breaks out of it. Oswald right back to work. The end of the rope. Rick Morton steps over. And he puts him down with a right forearm as he came off the ropes that time. Oswald. Oswald down. 1, 2, 3. That's it. David Oswald looked like he had things going his way for a while there, but he tried one too many times as he whipped Rick Morton into the ropes. Rick reacted to it by jumping over it. And then sunset. That was it. The 3 count for Mr. Oswald, and the win goes to Rick Morton. Time on it, 3 minutes, 4 seconds, 3:04.
I've been out sneezing. I may have one left. Here he comes. You hear the reception. The superstar, Billy Dundee. He's coming in to go against another youngster who is coming into the business. Big, tall, lanky one, Dennis Upton. And we'll be about ready to go with match number 2, back-to-back right here. Dundee against Dennis Upton, and referee Paul Morton hops in. How about the official introductions, Davey?
This is also a 1-fall, 10-minute time limit match. 212 pounds from Mississippi on the left of your screen, Dennis Upton. And from Australia, 214 pounds, the superstar, Bill Dundee. 1-fall, 10-minute time limit, referee Paul Morton.
Okay, Billy getting ready to take his jacket off, looking across the ring at Dennis Upton. He's saying, oh, he is a tall one. Upton, I don't know, must go somewhere around 6'3", 6'4".
I would guess 6'4".
Yeah, the more I look at him, the more I think you're right. Dundee around behind, beautiful. Didn't quite get the hands hooked, but you see the kind of speed Billy has, and he went under the long arms. This time, hooks a beautiful move. Dundee, side headlock, hooked the leg, took him right up over on the hip toss and down. Referee Paul Morton checks to be sure that it is a legitimate. It is. Upton says, nope, not going to give it up. Dundee putting the pressure on him. Look at the way he's bending that head forward, Dave. He really is leaning on him. Now, the other way. To the ropes, Upton pushes him, and Dundee holds on.
Yeah. Tell you what, you're going against a tough veteran any time you step in the ring with a superstar.
Yeah, it's not as easy as it looks when you look at TV. You're going to throw him across the ring. Suddenly, he doesn't go.
That's right. Hang on to those ropes. He knows all the tricks. He invented some of them.
Beautiful. Dundee hooked the arm over on the backside, which gave him more leverage on the hip toss, and he really took him over hard. And Billy let him feel the lower part of that leg as he dropped down. Back to the feet, Dennis Upton having a hard time getting untracked against Bill Dundee. And single leg dive, nice move, and he ties it up. Dundee bridging, and Upton lifts him straight up in the air off the bridge. Bill making certain that right shoulder is up in the air, kicks Upton right in the teeth. Ooh, he's spitting shoe leather. Billy with a flat of the foot comes in, zeroes in on Dennis Upton. Bill takes him over. Bill here answered somebody in the crowd. Pin him down. He said, "I'm trying."
That's right.
Even a newcomer like Upton, as big as he is, as tall as he is, and determined to make a name off of a guy like Dundee, you just don't get in there and say 1, 2, 3. Bill in the air, body slam from Upton, nice move. Bill crabs him down, 1, 2, and that's, I thought we had it, but he couldn't hold him.
I think he got that left shoulder up just in time.
Got those long legs going and did it. Dundee with a forearm, Upton down, 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Doesn't take any more than a stun for a 1, 2, 3 count. Billy helps him up, and Dennis Upton, he's feeling that jaw and that mouth where he got kicked and saying, wow.
What happened? 2:45.
2:45, Dave, and we got more action. Don't forget, coming down the line, we have a Southern Tag Team Championship match on Championship Wrestling. We got other action, too, and we'll get back to it in just a moment. Got a Southern Tag title match that I want you to take a little look at a little bit later on. We found lacking in our previous presentations a discussion with David Schultz and Dennis Condrey, which we are rectifying today to talk about their future in the picture of the World Tag Team Championship.
Lance, you know, we're not dressed out to wrestle today. You know why? Do you know why? The Jarrett and Welch Wrestling Company has got something against Condrey and Schultz. When we signed the contract to come in here, Lance, we signed the contract for championship matches. Now, you know Buddy Fuller's down here in these little hick towns running around.
Bolivar, Tennessee. Bolivar, Tennessee.
Wearing his fancy suit, acting like he's somebody. He's come down there and he says, Bill Dundee, Jimmy Valiant, Ricky Morton, all of them. Them are my champions. Them are my boys. You know, and now we ask them, why can't we get a championship match? What's wrong? They say, you're too violent. You're too violent. People wrote in and said, you're violent. You're violent. We don't want to see violence. Schultz and Condrey's going to put somebody away. Get them off the television. They're too violent. Jarrett, that little punk. That's what he is. See, I can call him anything I want to call him because I've got a contract, Lance Russell. They can't tear my contract up. You understand? And that's what he is. He's a punk. I asked him, I say, Jarrett, what about you riding up and down the road with David Schultz and Dennis Condrey? Oh, no.
Hear of it, Lance Russell. Would not hear of it, man.
No way.
Oh, sir.
That little Bill Dundee, you little freak, let me tell you something, Dundee. You running around here behind Jarrett, following him real close. Well, Condrey and Schultz are going to get you something, boy. We're going to get you a set of turn signals. And Jarrett, we want you to hook them on your back, boy. And Dundee, whenever he goes to make a turn, he's going to flip a button if he turns right. He's going to flip another button if he turns left. Where you won't break your nose when he turns.
All right.
All right, nothing, I ain't
Ask
through.
you something, Lance Russell. I'm going to ask you one question at a time. Now, I don't want to overload your mind, baby. I don't want to short circuit you. Now, who, every time you see Jarrett, who do you see with him? Who do you see with him?
Answer him,
Well,
man.
that could be
I'll
all
tell you, you see Jimmy Valiant or little Billy Dundee, the little 4-foot midget. That's who you see, man. Let me tell you something, baby. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty. We want championship matches, and we don't care what we have to do. If we have to knock the promotion, if we have to knock anybody, Daddy, we're going to get some championship matches.
Good, Lance.
Sure, they'll
One
give you
way or
all
another.
Good, Lance. That's what's wrong. And, Daddy, I'm going to tell you something, freak. You run out here with these 29-cent sunglasses with your bleached blonde hair. You think you're a man. You ain't nothing, boy. You're a punk from the Big Apple. And if you mess with us, we'll send you back. And Dundee, we'll send you to Australia. And Jerry Garrett, we'll break your neck. And Buddy Fuller, I know you're down there somewhere in one of these little hick redneck towns watching. I don't like you. I don't like the promotion. But, Lance, see, I can do this, Daddy. Nobody can cut me off. I got money, Daddy. I can buy this television station if I want to. I can
We're
say
stars, Lance Russell. We're stars in the wrestling business today.
Why ain't
If
somebody
we
ring?
weren't stars, if we weren't stars, you wouldn't be seeing us on this TV right now.
We're going to get some
We are
championship. We're going
stars.
to hurt somebody one. You hear me?
I hear what you Okay, fine.
What
That's
about the Stooges?
Yeah, what about 'em?
Are you listening out there?
Yeah, they listen.
We heard a lot of insults and not very much concrete about the plan.
Insult.
You come out here and just stand and insult
Well, look at
people,
me.
David.
I
look
can
at
insult anybody I want to. I'm big
Hey,
enough.
I got in this business to hurt people, Lance Russell, because I'm a beat freak. I love to hurt people. Now, how can I hurt people if they won't book us in
They're
matches?
violent. They ought to send them to Fort Phillips State Prison or something. They're violent.
Dr. D, you missed a seat. For whatever that was worth, want to tell you about a match that took place in the Louisville Gardens in Louisville, Kentucky. This was the last time, as a matter of fact, that we saw Billy Robinson wrestle. And I think that all of you might be interested in seeing. This was a Southern Tag title match with Paul Ellering, Ali Hassan, with Jimmy Hart along ringside. Well, let's go to the Louisville Gardens, Louisville, Kentucky. Hanging on to Ken Lucas now. Kenny over underneath the rope. Here comes Billy Robinson after Jimmy Hart around ringside. Lucas nailed by Ellering. While Robinson was chasing Hart, Hassan held Billy Robinson, or rather Ken Lucas, and Ellering really clommed him off the ropes. We're past the 15-minute mark with 45 minutes to wrestle. Ken's head slammed into the turnbuckle. Foot. Lucas down. Count of 1, 2, and Robinson breaks it up as he nails Hassan from the back, and the referee telling him, get out, get out. Here comes Ellering interfering. He has his 2 fists worth. Count of 1. Oop. Hassan had a 2 count. Maybe a 3, but Billy broke it up. Ellering laces him. Lucas. Nailed by Ellering. Comes back at him. Hops him one. And Robinson nails Hassan. Lucas pounding Ellering, pounding Ellering. Here comes Jimmy Hart. He busts Billy Robinson. While the referee trying to separate Lucas and Ellering, Hart thrown down on the canvas. Ali Hassan, big ball of fire in there, and Lucas going for a sleeper on Ellering, Billy Robinson. Hassan pushed down, Hart up again, breaks the stick over Lucas, jumps out of the ring. Ellering covers 1, 2, 3, and that is going to be it. What a wild and woolly AWA Southern Tag match. Ali Hassan jumped on Robinson. Fired some fire at him, really caught him, it looked like, with a ball of fire. Robinson out of the ring and down on the floor. And now, Hassan and Ellering, with those belts held high, walking out. Ken Lucas pleading about the face, going after Hassan, Ellering, and Hart. He has gone berserk. Ellering nails him from behind. Hart takes a shot at him. They're pounding him. Pounding on Lucas. Here comes handsome Jimmy Valiant. Hassan knocked cockeyed by Valiant. Valiant grabs Ellering. The Southern heavyweight champ. Clear in the ring. Puts Ali Hassan down. I have still seen no sign of Billy Robinson.
What a chair-wielding son of a gun. Handsome Jimmy was, boy, I'll tell you. Remember, Robinson and Lucas had won the Southern Tag titles by beating the very tough Assassin team. And then, of course, the incident that you saw took place in the Louisville Gardens in there. And Ali Hassan and Paul Ellering are now our Southern Tag champs, and they'll be defending this very day on Championship Wrestling. We'll take time out, intermission time, and we'll be back with more action in the championship match right after this.
We didn't have time just a moment ago to talk to you about the entire card coming up Tuesday night in the Louisville Gardens. We mentioned the 6-man match. We'll get back to that in a second. Opening bout, Sonny King's going to be going against Steve Regal. Great single match. Then it'll be Bill Superstar Dundee and Rick Morton taking on the Blonde Bombers, Wayne Ferris and Larry Latham, with Danny Davis along ringside. Another tag match with Rick and Robert Gibson against David Schultz, Dennis Condrey, and then, of course, finally, that no time limit, no disqualification, special 2 out of 3 falls that Billy Robinson mentioned. That's what this one is. When handsome Jimmy Valiant, Billy Robinson, Ken Lucas line up on one side of the ring to go against Paul Ellering, Ali Hassan, and Jimmy Hart. All of that action is going to be right there in the Gardens, and I can guarantee you one thing. One team in particular, Valiant, Lucas, and Robinson, will be paying back some dues that they certainly have got coming to them. You be there Tuesday night.
Oh, this is what we've been in the market for. Championship match coming up, baby.
Southern Tag Team Championship titles at stake. And coming in right now, the holders of those titles, Ali Hassan, strongman Paul Ellering, and Jimmy Hart, the manager. Referee Jerry Calhoun waiting for everybody to get in there. And the opposition coming in right now. And how about the official introductions, Dave?
It will be a Southern Tag Team Championship match. It goes to the expiration of time. The 60-minute time limit has been waived for this match by both teams. Introducing, at a total of 460 pounds, the challengers from Las Vegas, Nevada, Ken Lucas. From New York City, handsome Jimmy Valiant. The champions, at a total of 464 pounds, from Tehran, Ali Hussein. And from Melrose, Minnesota, Paul Ellering, their manager, Jimmy Hart. This championship match to the expiration of time. The referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Specific waiver, as we mentioned earlier, rather than the one fall 60 minutes. Expiration of time. That means, of course, that it will not be just a one-fall match necessarily. It could be, but it is an expiration of time match. I see. Handsome Jimmy having difficulty deciding what he's going to do with the Southern Tag belt when he and Ken Lucas put it in there. Yeah, okay, Jimmy. Take your time in there. As soon as you get everybody set ready, the bell will, in fact, ring. On this side of it, it's hard to tell whether it's Hussein or Ellering. I believe Hassan is going to start him off. Ellering gives him last-minute instructions across the way. Ken Lucas receiving some conversation. That's Ellering and Hassan talking over their championship strategy. As referee Jerry Calhoun tells Jimmy Hart to stay in the chair, we are about ready. Kenny Lucas starting. Bell time, and here we go, Dave.
Underway with the Southern Tag Team Championship belts at stake. Kenny Lucas back under the rope by Hassan. Not for long. Kenny has told you he's a street fighter. He grew up, learned how to fight in the streets of Arizona and Las Vegas. Oh, there's a street fighter move right there. Ken Lucas. He unloaded on Hassan. Hassan off the rope. And Lucas to the midsection. Puts it down again. Kenny drops down to the lower leg. Picks Hassan up. Over to the corner, the handsome one, Mercy. Handsome Jimmy puts Hassan down to the mat. Handsome fires him into Ken Lucas's knee. Makes the tag. Ken Lucas coming in. Hassan wants a tag. He gets it. It's going to be Lucas against Paul Ellering. 1 minute, 25 seconds are gone in the first fall. This championship match. Lucas with a right hand. Reached Ellering. Referee Jerry Calhoun jumped in between them. He's telling Ken, keep the fist open. Telling both of them, keep the fist open. Kenny Lucas to the corner. Here's Handsome. Puts Ellering into the rope. Ken Lucas right there. Drops down, lower leg. Covers, 1, 2. And Ellering breaks the cover. And boy, when Ellering breaks the cover, he fired Ken Lucas into the air, 1.5 feet. Ellering gets the tag. Double team on the exchange by Ellering and Hassan. Referee trying to get Ellering back to the corner. Hassan. Oh, he jabbed Lucas in the throat. Point of the fingers. 2 minutes, 50 seconds gone in the first ball. Handsome Jimmy in there to break the cover. Hassan drops to the leg. There's a cover on Ken Lucas. Referee counts 1, and Lucas breaks out of it. Lucas rammed into Paul Ellering's arm. He held there in the corner. Ellering in after the tag. The elbow cover. Handsome Jimmy is there to count a 1. Three and a half minutes gone. Dan Lucas had Ellering's shoulders down briefly. Referee started the count, but Ellering's foot was in the rope, and he also was able to get a shoulder up off the mat. So the count stopped at 1. Lucas has his head into the turnbuckle. Hassan after the tag. Dave Brown with Lance Russell here at ringside. A Southern Championship match. The Southern Tag Team belts are right here on the table. Ken Lucas and Handsome Jimmy Valiant trying to take them away from Paul Ellering and Ali Hassan. Ellering with Ken Lucas up in the air. A driving slam. 1. Handsome Jimmy arrives on the scene at the 2 count. Ellering, Hassan, both working on Ken Lucas. Now Ellering goes back to the corner. Oh, look at this Lucas battle. Back on the rope. Referee is there. He wants a break. 5 minutes gone. There's a tag by Hassan. Ellering, right fist to the rib cage. Paul assuring the referee with open hand. Down to 2. Ken Lucas. Staying alive as Handsome Jimmy helps out. Ellering makes the tag on Ali Hassan. Hassan off the rope, across Kenny's back. Cover 1. 1 count, but Handsome Jimmy is there again to break it up. 6 minutes are gone. 6 minutes gone in the first fall. Hassan, Lucas, battling each other. Hassan holding Lucas from behind. Paul Ellering steps in. He's slugging. And a fist are flying in this first ball of action in the championship match. Paul Ellering then went to the corner, made a much softer tag on his partner, Handsome Jimmy. Allian with both of them. Smacked them together. Ellering, first one back up on his feet. Handsome went after him. Now to Hassan. Jimmy Hart up on the ring apron. Handsome Jimmy dispatches him to the floor with a well-placed right hand. Now, Dick Kane is laying up there in the ring. Paul Ellering is after it. Handsome Jimmy. Oh. With Dick Kane. That's it. Ken Lucas got there just a second too late. Jimmy Hart climbed to the ring apron. Handsome Jimmy got rid of him all right, but as he slugged him and Hart was falling to the floor, McCain was left lying in the ring. Ellering crawled over there to get it, and he smacked Handsome Jimmy from behind. 7 minutes, 45 seconds. 7:45, time of the first fall, and one fall up. Paul Ellering, Ali Hassan defending the belts.
Boy, I'll tell you, Dave, this Ellering and Hassan, they've tasted fame and glory, so to speak. They'll do anything in the world to win one, man, and keep what they got going. Ellering and Hassan, one fall up, and we're going to take time out right now, continue with championship action in just a moment. They're wild and woolly one, man. I mean, got to tell you, they absolutely were doing it all over that ring. It ended up with Ellering and Hassan. Remember, they have the Southern Tag belts. They are one fall up, an unusual expiration of time, championship match. Ellering and Hassan feeling enormously proud of themselves. Boy, oh, here comes Handsome Jimmy. He runs somebody in, going in with that chair. Got it together, and Ken Lucas goes up on the ring. We're going to have action before action starts right in here, Dave. Handsome Jimmy hot. He didn't like what happened in that first one. Fires a chair in the ring. Lucas holds it down. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to get this thing organized. Somehow he lost control of it as Handsome Jimmy really hot at the trio of Hassan, Ellering, and Hart. And he grabs the chair. Finally, the referee gets it away from him. First fall, remember, to the champs, the challengers, one fall down in this unusual expiration of time match. Ellering back up on the ring apron, and now maybe a little sanity coming back in. Handsome Jimmy, steaming, ready to go. Down! Go! Akron off and running, second fall. Handsome Jimmy starting to heavy by throwing Ellering into the ring and just taking off after him. There's the tag on Ali Hassan. Ellering gets out of there in a hurry. Hassan going against the Big Apple representative, and Soul Jimmy. Jimmy body slams him. Ken Lucas comes in, nails him one, and out goes Handsome Jimmy after the tag. Foot to the midsection, Ken Lucas. Lucas laying that right hand in there, and boy, let me tell you, he is flat capable of that. He can fight you. Jimmy comes in, they double team Hassan. Tag titles at stake, but the champions one fall up, in case you just joined us on our championship wrestling. Ellering meets Handsome Jimmy, rakes him across the eyes, slams the right hand in there again, third time. Picks Jimmy up. The Power Man slams Valiant down. Ellering doing his own counting. From his standpoint, it was unfortunate. The referee is the one that counts, not Ellering. Ali Hassan takes over. Jimmy flips him off, tags Lucas. Ken picking right up where Handsome Jimmy left off. Jumps over and busts Ellering, goes back and gets Hassan, whips him. Shot to the midsection. They want this ball and want it bad. Our time running down. Expiration of time, remember that. Ooh, and Hassan up off the deck. Nails Lucas. That son of a gun. Lousy shot at Ken Lucas. Ellering takes over with a chokehold. Tag on Handsome Jimmy. Lucas fortunate to get out of there when he did. Fire into the rope. Ooh. Ellering crams his shoulder in on that turnbuckle as Jimmy got out of the way. You couldn't see it probably. Hart from the back. The referee couldn't see it either. Took a shot at Handsome Jimmy with that cane, the point of that cane. We can see it from where we're sitting. Jimmy battling them, both of them, from the corner. Handsome Jimmy going after Hart. Let me tell you, he felt that pain. Ken Lucas taking care of business with Ellering and Lucas and Hassan. Here comes Handsome Jimmy. Oh, look out, Dave, look out. Well, I ring the bell if I can get close to it. Disqualification. Second fall. I don't know whether you could see it or not. Jimmy Hart grabbed something, threw it all over Handsome Jimmy and everybody else around here. Right in Jimmy's face. Ken Lucas trying to get Jimmy out of here. As the disqualification is going to even things up one fall apiece, but that's a little important. Ali Hassan, Ellering disqualified. Jimmy Hart acting as if they won it. He's thrilled because of what he did to Handsome Jimmy. Boy, what a mess. Jimmy being helped out, trying to help him out. Like to get fluid in that right now. I don't know. It's all over the floor, all over everybody, all over the drapes, everything. Yeah, they didn't win it. In case you think they did, they didn't win it by a long shot. Disqualification as it should have been. One fall apiece. I don't know where we are, but I think we better take time out, and we're going to be back in just a few minutes. Yeah, after what you've just seen, I will tell you we still have some action yet to come on our Championship Wrestling on Channel 3. We want to talk right now to the team responsible for that, Jimmy Hart and his Southern Tag Team champions, Paul Ellering and Ali Hassan. Jimmy, I certainly hope you have had time to think about that incident and what you did to Handsome Jimmy Valiant.
You know, I have a lot of time to think about it, man. And I'm really sorry, Handsome. I'm so sorry. The only thing I'm sorry about, buddy, is I'm just sorry that I didn't put you out forever. Lucas has got to be a fool, man. Do you realize that Ken Lucas is going to crawl into the ring against the world's strongest man, Paul Ellering, and Ali Hussein, the man who's got more tricks in his little bag than Houdini, with two cripples, Valiant and Robinson? We put both of them out. Lucas, you're next, brother. Tell him, Paulie, baby.
It's so sad, Lance Russell, so sad to see two grown men cry. And that's what you just saw. You saw Mucus and Robinson up here, and they were crying like babies, saying how we burned Billy Robinson, how we made Jimmy Valiant look like a reject from the Hulk movie. Well, let me tell you guys something. A six-man match, no disqualification, 2 out of 3. We don't care what it is. You can't beat us because I'm the best fit athlete in the world. Look at this body. I train 8 hours a day. Training to you guys is getting a suntan. The Sheik was raised in the desert. He's chased camels all his life. You guys don't stand a chance.
Well, I'll tell you one thing for a fact. You're going to find it's not going to be so funny and not going to be so easy when Robinson, Lucas, and Valiant get in there to go in a 2 out of 3 fall. No time, no disqualification, 6-man tag match. Boy, that is one next Tuesday you don't want to miss. Mess out here. My understanding in checking just now that Handsome Jimmy was not going to be able to, understandably, after Hart, all Hart did was end up losing a fall. So effectively what happens with Jimmy not being able to come back, the challenge is halted right then and there. And that's right. It's going to end up with 1 fall apiece, which doesn't mean anything in terms of Lucas and Valiant because the belts will stay with Hussein and Ellering. How about the rest of the action, Dave?
Okay, opening match today, Rick Morton, David Oswald. Oswald gave a good accounting of himself in there, but Rick Morton did win the match, and don't have the time on it here. That disappeared in all of this action back here. Bill Dundee defeated Dennis Upton in a single match, and then it was the Southern Tag Team Championship match. And recapping, Ellering and Hassan with Jimmy Hart won the first fall of action. Second fall goes in the record books as a win for Handsome Jimmy Valiant and Ken Lucas, but it's a win by disqualification. It also means that that's one fall apiece in an expiration of time match, and one fall apiece would be a draw. So with all things considered, Handsome Jimmy not able to come back. The belts stay with the team of Paul Ellering, Ali Hassan, and their manager, Jimmy Hart. And that's the way it's going to have to go into the record books. I know lots of folks are not happy about it, but
Here's
those are the
one right
Yeah.
here that's not too happy about it. But, you know, that one fall apiece thing won't get you very much down the line because the belts stay with it. And I'm sure that Lucas and Handsome Jimmy and a lot of other people will be finding ways to get even. Lance Russell, Dave Brown, Championship Wrestling. Bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the Jarrett Welch Wrestling Company.